Hello, today is the tour. Come on, come on. I'm super excited. Super excited. See? Super excited. Look, she knows we're doing a tour. She knows. Diana is already ready. Everybody's having a little snack before the tour. This is Yoger. He's a new member. We got here we have the water area. Here we have the snack area. Everybody's coming, so I'm super excited for everybody. Come on, let's go. He's so sweet, this guy. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna give him a tour. We're gonna give the whole world a tour. A world tour. Literally, a world tour. You guys ready? Let's go. Look how beautiful. This is the best. Well, they're all the best, but honestly, I really love my place. I'm very proud of my place. It makes me happy every single time. When I say I built it with my own hands, I really mean it. So I'm very proud of this place. Just everywhere is beautiful, everywhere is structured, everywhere is clean. All right, so I'm going to tell you about this beautiful place. This is, as you can hear in the back, you can hear the waterfall. I remember when I started designing this place, as I need a deck where I can sit with people and they can experience, you know, to see the mountains in the back, to hear the waterfall. This is the area where I do a lot of family togetherness. I love to cook for my kids. I love to cook for people. I love to feed people. I love to laugh with people. I love to have a drink with people, you know, and I love for people to come and with their dogs and everybody hang out and we all practice the same rules, bounds, limitations. Animal people, we want to be with our dogs, you know, we want to be with our animals, no matter where we go. So I created a place where people can bring their animals and we can have our human behavior and have a great time. So now let me show you something that I'm very proud of because it cost me very little. I love to cook. I just love to cook. I love to host people. I love to make drinks. I love to see the happiness. I love to talk to people. I created this nice little bar and something very simple, you know, but it has all the gifts that people have given me that has to do with Daddy. My brother gave me that Jaguar over there on the top, you know, so I just want to make it super Mexico, super Mexico. I love the way we cook. I love that we cook with music. I love that we cook because we want to see people happy. I just love that part. This part is just food and love. So on this side right here, this is where we host most of the dogs from shelters. I call it the Chinese garden. The first time I saw the yin and yang came from the Asian culture, you know, the mastery of calmness, you know, Bruce Lee, martial arts. I practiced martial arts when I was little. So I see it as a very honorable culture. And so I wanted, because I bring dogs here from shelters, what I want to offer them is to honor their instincts back, to honor their spirit back, to honor the way they want to love back. So now we are in the pool area. This has helped me so much with super aggressive dogs. You know, my main thing when I started the whole profession was more aggressive dogs who were, you know, aggressive to humans, aggressive to dogs, dangerous, definitely, you know, a lot of bad situations. So what I find out about when I was in the beginning of my career is how powerful a pool is for rehabilitation of the body, the mind, the heart, anything you want. Really anything you can do in this pool. And honestly, if I'm gonna work with a dog that is leash aggressive or the dog turns and bites people, I put them in the pool first. So it's really good. And of course, if dogs who are afraid, also they get a big benefit on the water because those guys don't want to walk. They don't wanna, but the water forces them in a good way to move. So there's a lot of dogs that get to a point where they're completely shut down. They don't want to move, and they just become like a rock. So you have to help them move. And so the best way, I don't put them on the treadmill. I don't even take them for a walk. I just bring them into the water, and they just go into this. You can see how the whole spirit comes back just by me giving them something to fight for. You got to give them that adrenaline rush. There's like, fight for your life. Come on. Don't shut down. Let's gotta keep moving. And then after they realize nothing bad happened, they go, that was good. All right, so this is also like a super special because this is la memoria de todos los perros de la calle. All the dogs in the street. So this area right here, I call it la ciudad de los perros. Y es en memoria, en representación, en honor a todos los perritos que viven en la calle. So, a todos los perritos que viven en la calle los estamos representando. Aquí se les quiere muchísimo, se les manda muchas bendiciones y cuídense bien, que aléjense de los carros, aléjense de la gente que tira piedras, aléjense de gente que tiene malas intenciones, cuídense mucho y aquí los queremos muchísimo y esto es para ustedes. Todo este lado es para todos los perros de la calle. This place es sagrado, este lugar es súper sagrado. Este es en honor a quien honor merece, un super perro, one in a lifetime type of dogs that change the world. The whole world loves this dog, the whole world. It doesn't matter where I go in the world, where they don't always ask me for daddy. My show is in 150 countries. Every single country always sends a letter, a painting, the condolences about how much this dog touched people's heart from a TV show. So if you can imagine what it did to you through the TV show, what it did for me personally, how this dog protected me, how this dog gave me direction, how this dog loved me every single day in the hardest moments of my life. This dog is my soulmate. There is such a thing that not only humans can be soulmates to a human. It can be a different species being your soulmate. And I'd rather have a pack of soulmates than just one soulmate in my life. And this guy is one of them. So let me show you now the other part of his land because his spirit lives here. Este camino, this road right here, this incredible road to me means the beginning of my humble career and a lot of hard work because it took me a year to get all these railroad tracks and the back of my first dog psychology center and 919 East 61st Street in South Central. So in the back of this parking area was this railroad track, and they left all the railroad tracks abandoned. That's it, they didn't want it. So I saw it and I started digging them out one at a time. So when I moved from South Central, I brought every single railroad tie from South Central and I put it right here in this, and then I created the walk towards Daddy. So this bed right here, is the bed where Daddy used to come at the ranch, stayed here, watch everything that was happening here. He will come, he'll lay down, and we will go for a walk. I'm talking about when he was like 14 years old. Daddy died when he was 16, and so when he was 14, he would spend his golden age here. And the reason why I put it all the way, if you notice right here, it all makes sense because this is my Costa Rica. And here I'm going to put a sign that says Pura Vida. Ticos, aquí voy a hacer un anuncio enorme que me recuerda a ustedes. Los ticos son los que tienen la frase más hermosa del mundo, pura vida. Y eso es lo que quiero aquí. I want people to read Pura Vida, pure life. That's what it means. So people from Costa Rica has this amazing saying they don't tell you good morning, they don't tell you good afternoon, they don't tell you good night. They say pura vida y pura vida. So now we're going to talk about Sports Center. This is my Sports Center arena. This is when we think about athletes, we think about guys jumping, guys or girls swimming or sports, right? So when I think about sports, I think of being to a dog, which you can also connect by you coaching them. So this is where the human becomes a coach. This is where the human coaches the dog to jump, to wait, to go through a loop, to go through areas that might be narrow, and a dog doesn't understand why you want him to go through a narrow space, but it creates a really strong bond, because if a dog does it, your trust grows, and at the same time, you exercise the body. So sports is about body, mind, heart, in that order. So it allows you to really force yourself to be a little bit more sporty, to move with a dog, to coach the dog, to always make sure that the dog ends up successful in that activity that you ask him to do, right? So then the dog say, wow, every time that I'm with my dad or my mom, and we do agility, my mom and my dad comes alive. And they know how to keep me focused, and they know how to keep me safe, right? Because the sport is about being focused and being safe. And of course, the outcome is whatever sport you're practicing. But in this case, is the love of your dog, is the excited they get when they achieve teamwork with you. You see, so you are going to become the coach, and they're going to become your athlete. That's the meaning of this place. It's the energy in this place. We are honoring the athleticism of a dog. The name of my dog park is going to represent how we are going to behave in that place. So I named my dog park the Serengeti Dog Park. Why the Serengeti? Serengeti is a place that is very special for the animal kingdom. Everybody travels hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles together. They risk their lives, but they get to a place where it's the waterfall. And in that waterfall, a lion can be drinking water right next to a zebra, and nobody is going to get hurt. So what that says to me is safe, peace, and love is practiced at the waterfall. So here in the back of me is the DPC, the Dog Psychology Center of Los Angeles. This is something like a brand, This is something like a tattoo. When you create something that is very personable to you, it becomes part of your skin. And for me, the DPC, the logo of the DPC is that part of me. So I wanted to see it as soon as I entered, something that I actually put on this earth. This is my tattoo on this earth, the DPC. Look at, I do want people to see the March of the Penguins. To me, the penguins, besides being such a loyal species, because once they find their mate, they stay with her forever, and vice versa, is they do everything as a family, and they put their work, and they do the body, the mind, the heart, and they go for miles for the family. So that part is so meaningful to me. Now on this side right here, you're about to enter into something that is, again, very much part of Mexicanos. We call it blood. We think it's in our blood to feel so Mexican, to be so proud of it, And our song begins, Mexicanos al grito de guerra. Mexicanos al grito de guerra. So that means we all get together, to make sure we help each other to protect our land. So right here with these pots, I created as big as I could the flag of Mexico. Now I'm going to show you something that is my dad, that represents my dad. I was showing, show you Daddy, I show you la ciudad de los perros. Y esto mi papá adora a los pájaros. My dad loves birds, loves them. So I created this bird lane, and everywhere I go and I see a little house, as long as it's different, I'll buy it. And so I'm building my dad, a city of birds. So we call it Bird Lane. And my dad's still alive, thank God. Thank you, God, for that. But I always make sure that I honor, what my dad loves. And every time I see it, I see my dad, I feel my dad. I am building a statue of my grandfather. This is our ants. The statue of my grandfather is going to be here, sitting down, with his arms open, welcoming people to the ranch. So it's my grandfather first, my dad, and then it's me, and then it's my kids. So 4 generations of people who love and respect Mother Nature. We are welcoming you. So now we're in the barnyard. This is an area where I have all the farm animals, You know, the llamas, the alpacas, the tortoises, the donkey, the horse, the emus, the sheep, the goats. And eventually we're having a cow coming in, a pocket cow, little one. Well, this part right here, you know, as you see, we have cement right here in the middle. This is where I bring a lot of kids, you know, they're afraid of dogs. So before I actually bring them around dogs, I make sure they interact with goats, with different barn animals, because they're a lot more gentle, you know. They're definitely tall, but they're way more gentle. So a horse, a donkey, a llama, an alpaca with a kid, they're gonna see a size, but they're not gonna come towards them. Versus a dog, even if it's small, if the kids smell in a certain way, they're gonna come to it, you know. This is more like for kids. This is a very safe area for kids can actually experience being with a lot of different species, but making sure that their fear doesn't get too high. So we are at the top of this mountain. We are at the top of this dream. This is a very symbolic place because, you know, in life you have to get to the top of the mountain to learn lessons. I decided to build a temple here because it's just, number one, the view is spectacular. This is a temple where it's all about us being energy and understanding just the gratitude of being alive, no matter what species you are, and practicing love, joy, calmness, confidence. Because to actually walk this temple, it requires confidence and requires to be fit, or requires to challenge yourself. It requires to love yourself. It requires to, you know, once you arrive, to enjoy the feeling of it. So, and at the same time, one of the kings of Malaysia built this place. He sent me 2 hybrid wolves for me to rehabilitate. And I said, sir, I'll work with your dogs as long as you build me a temple. So a king built this temple for everybody to feel like a king and queens. Guys, we want to thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening. Thank you for understanding the messages about achieving calm surrender state, achieving happy-go-lucky state, achieving calm confidence state. Really, I want to share the whole ranch with you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you understood that it takes a vision before it becomes a reality. It takes passion, it takes faith, and it takes hard work for you to accomplish whatever you want in life. And of course, if you want to help animals, it's actually the best thing in the world. Peace out.